Hello everyone. Our topic for today, gender, or what we commonly refer to as masculine or feminine. Masculine gender. Anything that is a male, animal or a person is said to be in the masculine gender. For example, you have boy, man, let's take an animal, lion. They are all males. And anything that is said to be in the female gender, we call it as feminine. So these are the two main categories of gender, masculine and feminine. So boy, the feminine is girl. Man, feminine is woman. And lion, the feminine is lioness. Lioness, lioness. And again, something to add to your pronunciation, lion. It's lie, the word lie, lion. This is the way we are going to pronounce it because sometimes we do hear lion. So it's not lion, it's lion. And the feminine is lioness. Okay? So, these are the two main genders, masculine and feminine. Now, besides the masculine and feminine gender, we also have two more genders. The third gender is what we call as the common gender. Now, common gender means when I write a word or when we take the name of a noun, it could be a masculine gender also or a feminine gender also. For example, if I say student, now student means what? It could be a boy, it could be a girl, it could be a man. Adults are also students. It could be a woman. So just the word student does not signify the gender, whether it is masculine or feminine. Similarly, teacher. Teacher can be both masculine and feminine. You have doctor, you have patient. Okay, so these are what we call as common genders. And of course, we'll just be doing some exercises and some examples will be given. So it will become more clear through the help of the examples. And the fourth type of gender is what we call as a neuter gender. Now, neuter gender means it is neither masculine, neither feminine. And mostly we use the neuter gender for non-living things. Non-living things are all categorized as neuter gender. In addition to them, neuter gender is also used for certain animals or small insects or smaller creatures. For example, if we talk about neuter gender, all non-living things, okay, we are talking about all non-living things. It could be a book, it could be my pen, a table. Now, when we use the neuter gender, how is it used? We say with the help of the pronouns. I have a book, it is on the table. So the it that is there, it is usually used only for these non-living things. Because if it is masculine, it becomes he. If it is feminine, it becomes she. And when we talk about common gender, if you know that the student is masculine, it is he. If you know that the teacher is feminine, it becomes she. Now, plants also fall into this category where we refer to them as it or they. Now, small insects like an ant is there, a spider is there, but mosquitoes, of course, we have a male mosquito and a female mosquitoes also because they are used sometimes for experiments. So they see whether it's the female mosquito that's causing some diseases or whether it is the male mosquito. So these are some exceptions. Otherwise, generally as a rule, neuter gender is used for non-living things and the plants and the smaller insects and creatures. Now, when we talk about animals, we usually refer to them as it. And of course, when we see the list, we also have the masculine gender of some animals. We also have the feminine gender also of some animals. But when we are using pronouns, we'll be doing that when we cover up pronouns also. But because we are referring to them now, We can also use a he or a she for these animals and refer to them as the masculine. If you have a pet dog, I have a pet dog. His name is Tommy. Absolutely fine. Why? Because it is a pet, part of your family. Now, in the same way, sometimes countries are also referred to as in the masculine or in the feminine. For example, if we talk about our very own country, India, we refer to India as always she because we consider India to be our motherland, isn't it? So, India is my country and I'm proud of her culture, I'm proud of her heritage. And sometimes in the poems especially, you can see that the poets that are there, they personify certain non-living objects also. When we talk about personify means they refer to them as living things. For example, if they're talking about the sun, S-U-N, sun, the sun is usually referred to as he. The sun spread his rays all over the field. Poetic language sometimes you have. Planets mostly are always referred to as she, like the earth, even the moon. The moon also is always referred to as her. So these are certain exceptions. There are no hard and fast rules. Mostly you will find them only in the poems and in the poetic language. But gender, if you talk about 4 types of gender: masculine gender, feminine gender, common gender and neuter gender. So, what do we do now? Of course, some activity. So, just watch the next slide and out with your writing material. Okay, so this was a very simple exercise where you just had to pick out the noun and state its gender. Looking at the names, you can find out whether it is masculine or feminine or common gender or neuter gender. Answers all in front of you. Hamid and boy, as you can see, masculine gender. Students, common gender. Bag, non-living thing, so neuter gender. Isha, the name of a girl, so but natural, feminine. I will play with my cousin. Cousin could be a girl, cousin could be a boy also, so it comes under the category of common gender. Mother, feminine. Asked me to bring the newspaper. Newspaper, again a non-living thing, so it is neuter gender. One more little exercise. As you must have seen in the sentences, there were certain hint words which must have definitely helped you to choose the correct word from the hints that were given to you. For example, it was the dash rode his bicycle. The word his over there must have definitely helped you to pick out the correct answer as man. Dash went to a friend's birthday party, her. So it has to be a girl. Now, if we look at the feminine gender over here, we have grandmother also, we have huntress also, and we have got girl also. But if you must have gone through all the other sentences, you would have found out that it is only the girl that will fit in this particular blank. Then, my dash is old but she has very good eyesight. Again, it is grandmother. That is the correct answer. The dash spoke to her husband. Her husband. So, it has to be wife. I have a dash but it is not working. Again, from the options that are given to you, we are talking about a non-living thing and what we can see is a pen. Then, my dash is in the garage. My car. What do we keep in the garage? We keep vehicles. So, my car is in the garage. The dash shot her, the word her, arrow into the deer. So, who is it? The huntress. So, what is the masculine of huntress? Hunter. So, you have a list of some genders that I'll be sharing with you. So, you can just go through them. These are just few examples. Besides that, there are many others. Maybe one or two I could give it to you in the link that is there so that you have a fairly good idea of the different types of masculine gender and the different type of feminine gender. So today's lesson, very short lesson. That's it for gender. Remember, 4 types of gender: masculine, feminine, common and neuter gender. And as always, some practice exercises for you in the link that is there in the description. Go through them, and when we meet again in my next video, it will be again with a new topic. In the meantime, goodbye and take care.